everyone. I'm Jason P. Villasenor, and I'm discussing about the Philippine literature during the contemporary times. The Filipino literary contemporary period is characterized by the use of native languages as the main tool. Began to flourish following the end of the martial law dictatorship in 1986, Japanese in 1941. Filipino literature could transform to take on the occupier's language during these times. The Philippine literature in Tagalog was revived during this period. Most themes in the writings dealt with Japanese brutalities of the poverty of life under the Japanese government and the brave guerrilla exploits. The history of Philippine drama, the period of activism from 1970 to 1972. Many young people became activists to ask for changes in the government. In the expressions of this desire for change came were the writings of some youth who were fired with nationalism in order to emphasize the importance of their petitions. The youth became completely rebellious during this period. This was proven only in the bloody demonstrations and in the sidewalk expressions, but also in literature. Campus newspapers showed rebellious emotions. They held pins and wrote on placards in red paint the equivalent of the word makibaka to dare. The radio and television. Radio continued to patronize during this period. The play series like Si Matar, Dahlia, Ito Ang Palad Ko, and Mr. Lonely were the forms of recreation of those without television. The Filipino films, a yearly festa ng mga pelikulang Pilipino, yearly Filipino Film Festival, was held during this time. During the festival, which lasted usually for a month, only Filipino films were shown in all theaters in Metro Manila. The Filipino films is the Manila sa mga koko ng liwanag, written by Edgardo Reyes and filmed under the direction of Lino Broca. Bembo Rocco was the lead role. Another example of the Filipino films, Minsa Isang Gamu-Gamu, by Nora Honor, was the principal performer here. Another example of Filipino films is Ganito Kami Noong, Paano Nga Kayo Ngayon, lead by Christopher De Leon and Gloria Diaz. After his mother's death, the simple-minded and naive Colas, Christopher De Leon begins his much-awaited trip to Manila. On his way to Manila, he mindlessly takes on the mission of retrieving a friar's son and bringing him to the friar's residence. Another example of the Filipino films is Insiyang by Lino Broca. It is a story about a teenager that was raped by her mother boyfriends. She sets out to exact revenge on anyone who has hurt her. Another Filipino films is Aguila by Eddie Romero, led by Fernando Poe Jr., Jay Ilagan, and Christopher De Leon. Flashbacks encompass the history of the Philippines as well as the life of the elderly Daniel Arguela. The Arguela family gathers to celebrate Daniel's 88th birthday, but the old man is nowhere to be seen. He has been missing for a decade. Suspecting that his father is in Mindanao, one of his sons takes off for that region in a determined search. Along the way, his memories of the nation and his father's life tell the story of 18 tumultuous years of personal and historical development. Let's proceed to the themes of social issues, historical events, and cultural identity. This is about the social, historical, and cultural. First, the social issues. It explores pressing societal matters such as poverty, corruption, and inequality to raise awareness and initiate change. The example of this is the Metro Manila. The historical events, pivotal moments in Philippine history, like the struggle for independence and martial law era, are creatively depicted on stage. The example is ML or martial law in 2018. Cultural identity plays delve into the Filipino experience, celebrating traditions, folklore, and the Filipino resilience and sense of community. Examples is Seven Sundays. And the relationship between theater and societal change. Theater serves as a catalyst for societal change, igniting conversation, challenging ignorance, and inspiring actions. Through powerful performances, dramas create empathy and provoke critical thinking. In engaging the audience, theater captivates and involves the audience, fostering a shared experience and promoting dialogue. In promoting activism, theater has been instrumental in advocating for social justice and driving collective action. The impact beyond the stage. The influence of theater extends beyond the performance, sparking awareness and influencing public opinion. The theater as a reflection of cultural diversity. Regional theater. Diverse cultural communities showcase their unique tradition through theater performances. 2. Centuries-old rituals. Theater preserves and showcases ancient rituals of indigenous communities, reinforcing cultural pride. And last, fusion of styles. The modern Philippine theater combines various performance techniques, blending traditional and contemporary elements.